Welcome back. The Western Illinois women's basketball team took on South Dakota State last night in what's being called one of the biggest games for WIU. The Leathernecks getting ready to go inside of a packed Western Hall with first place on the line. Early in the first, Olivia Braun on the drive, and she raises and she hits the mid-range J, tying the game up at 2 early on. Then Taylor Higginbotham dishes to Mallory Boyle, who buries the 3 ball. 8-4 lead for WIU. Still in the first, Braun gets it to Bloomer in the paint, and she hits the lay-in, making it 13-4, but SDSU would fight back as Sydney Tracy gets it down low for 2. Then Ina Viso gets it over to Madison Gubert in the corner, and she connects on the triple. Western trailing 42-35 at half. Third quarter now, Bloomer gets just enough room to knock down the 3. Western trails 47-44 now with the lead, but that wouldn't last as Carrie Young knocks down the jumper, tying it all up at 57. And here in the fourth, Emily Clemens finds Bloomer with the rocket pass in the paint, and she makes it 76-77 Western lead, and that would propel the Leathernecks to get the win by a final score of 83-77. Emily Clemens reaches the 1,000 point mark in her career by notching a team high 20 points and 6 assists. The Leatherneck men's basketball team is in the thick of qualifying for Summit League tournament action after missing the event last year. A crucial test faced Billy Wright's team on Valentine's Day when the Denver Pioneers visited Western Hall. Not a good start in the first half, with Western trailing the Pioneers 49-27 at the break. We pick it up in the second half. CJ Bobbitt keeps up the pace for Denver with the pull-up jumper from the elbow. Now 16:25 left in the second half. Garrett Covington on the baseline runner. Denver ahead 54-35. Now Daniel Amigo countered inside, muscling his way in for 2 over Brandon Gilbeck. And the Leathernecks picking up on the fast break here. Jeremiah Usiosafi, count it, plus the foul. And how about Western here? CJ Duff weaves inside for the hard bucket and the foul. And the Western Illinois Leathernecks keep the ball alive, resulting in a Garrett Covington 3-ball. How about that? And we have ourselves a ball game. 56-50 Pioneers halfway through the second before Mike McClusack lights it up from deep, and it's a 1-possession game here on the reverse layup by Jake Pemberton, and the foul for Denver. And Denver would hang on with plays like this from Thomas Neff as WIU rally would fall just short. The Leathernecks drop this one, falling to the Pioneers 78-72, the final inside of Western Hall. The Leathernecks head to Fargo on Saturday, taking on the top-ranked team in the Summit League, North Dakota State. To the football field now. In 2010, the Olympic Conference disbanded. The high school athletic conference consisted of high schools in the Western Illinois area, including Macomb High. Since then, the Bombers have struggled to schedule football games with the current West Central Conference since losing member schools. A month ago, an interest letter was sent out to reform the original Olympic Conference. News 3's Danny Fry reports.
Macomb Superintendent Dr. Patrick Toomey is one of the area superintendents to lead the charge in discussing a reforming of the Olympic Conference.
And I said, I just thought it was time that perhaps superintendents had that conversation about should we contact all the old members of the Olympic Conference and say, how about a conversation about what it would look like if we put the Olympic Conference back together.
There's no doubt where Macomb stands on rejoining the conference.
Macomb is absolutely interested in reforming the Olympic Conference. The secret would be, I think, if we can at least start out with 6 schools who would have that same interest, I think we could move forward.
At the latest of the 2 interest meetings on reforming the conference, a 30-16 football district in the Western Illinois region was suggested. That would be 6 divisions consisting of 6 teams each.
Big setup, big thing to tackle, but that was what a proposal was made at our meeting on Friday. That will now go back to the individual conferences for evaluation and see if there's interest to go that way.
At this point, a complete realigning of the Olympic Conference still depends on football.
I mean, we are, and a couple other schools are, like Monmouth and Sherrard, but the other schools that would be logical members still have not made that commitment, and I think their feeling is to really watch to see how this football proposal goes.
The 5 other schools the Bombers could potentially join with in the football arrangement are Monmouth, Roseville, Rockridge, Mercer County, Sherrard, and Orion. We will continue to update you as the meetings develop, and that's all for sports. Final word is next.